Hi friends, welcome to my channel, and I've invested in a new tarot deck. Well, new to me, I think it's been out for quite some time. So for my ongoing series of comparing the Thoth with other decks that are based on the Thoth and seeing how that works out. The Urban Tarot. So this is by Robin Scott. It says copyright here 2015-2019. So it gives some indication of how old the deck is. It says it's a map to your inner city. And there you go. A map to your inner city, a love letter in 78 cards, a set of symbols made to aid the modern seeker of truth, insight and magic living in the urban landscape. This unique vision of the tarot comes with an 84-page guide to the deck with commentary by the artist. And you can also get this as a Fool's Dog app, so you can really zoom into the pictures. I'm not quite sure how big the cards are. Let's have a look. Okay, so it's a lift off. Two-part box, just the cutouts, red inside. And then we have the book, which is quite thin actually. That seems to be quite a bit of information on each card. You've got a full page here for the majors, pretty much the same for the court cards and for the minors. Interesting look, it's got the same keywords as we get on the Thoth deck, so yeah, it is following that. Have we got any preface here? We've got an introduction. Yeah. A previous edition of the Urban Tarot was self-published by the artist in 2015, so it must have been an indie deck first. A guide to the symbols. The deck structure is based heavily on the Thoth Tarot. It uses, with few exceptions, the same card names as the Thoth deck and has a similar emphasis on the elemental associations within the set. The deck also draws significant inspiration from the older Rider-Waite deck. Okay, so it's both. It's both. Okay. And I like the illustration here. It's like the underground train system, maybe. But then this is American, isn't it? So that's what it reminded me of anyway. So, oh, they're quite big cards. Okay. We've got some blurb inside the box. Let's see what it says. You have been told that there is no magic in your city. You have been told that your world is grey, cold and sterile. Interestingly, the box itself is grey and it's got the elemental symbols on each side. Okay. You have heard that the time of miracles has passed, that the wondrous has been forgotten. What do you believe? This deck is a guide for the 21st century seeker struggling to find insight and understanding in an urban environment. It is a set of ancient symbols designed to help you see the miraculous in the modern and the mundane. Board the train line, yes, see, it is a train line, I got it right, that eats its own tail. And journey with us. Feel the power pulsing below the pavement. Move to the music of traffic and breathe in the smells of smoke and sweat, of hot pizza and the impossible. Within these cards you will find the familiar and the fantastic, sharing a 4-story walk-up apartment where the avenues of dream and reality cross. All aboard. Now, obviously I'm in the UK, so this is very US based, isn't it, in its aesthetic. We can see the train lines. Beautiful backs. And the elements, I would imagine these to be, possibly. And then we've got the lemniscate. And they are reversible. Urban Tarot, it says there. Okay, let's get the cellophane off and look at these properly. We've got a couple of cards here with a bit of an explanation. Why she created the deck. It's a love letter to my city, my island and my first muse, New York. So it's New York City based. Yeah, pretty much what's in the guidebook actually, looking at that. Right, let's put that in the guidebook. And right, these are the cards. So for comparison, there's my trusty Rider-Waite-Smith, quite a bit bigger. Yeah, quite a bit bigger there. This is interesting because that's very Rider-Waite-Smith full straight away, isn't it? I was expecting more. This is strange. I was expecting more of a Thoth, so I'm not sure. Shall we? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to change my mind and I'm going to compare it with both. I thought because it was Thoth based that I could just compare it with the Thoth deck, but looking at that image, it's very Rider-Waite-Smith, isn't it? So I think I'm going to do both. So this is my large Thoth deck. I think it's called a greenie because of the green borders. But yes, shall we separate them? No, we'll just go. Okay. So, what do I think? The major arcana look a lot like the Rider-Waite-Smith, in my opinion. The exception that I noticed straight off was with the star card, that she's got the same sort of positioning with the arms and the legs. Well, with the arms, not the legs, because the legs are very strange on this one. But she's definitely got the same sort of position with the arms on this one. But that's really the only one I saw that sort of correlated for me with the major arcana. However, the minor arcana, especially in the wands and the sword suit, definitely noticed this more in the suits of wands and the suit of swords, is the way Robin has incorporated, to my mind, the pips onto the minor arcana, but still giving them a pictorial element. So, you know, we've got the cross here, for example. These look sort of similar. The wheel there. Here, this same sort of motif. There. And the same with the swords as well. I thought that was really clever the way that's done. But I have to say, my favourite cards going through this deck for the first time are the courts. I love these courts. The dancer. You know, she's actually, you know that Robin has actually given them personas. Prince of Wands is the journalist. The Queen of Wands is a public defender. The Knight of Wands is a rock star. I think that's amazing. That is like really personifying those archetypes in a modern way. And I love that. I'm really going to look forward to working with this deck. I like the way that Robin has actually put the formation of the elements of the discs here, say, in the same way that they appear in the Thoth. Obviously, yeah, you can see that in the Tree of Life. followed the same numbering system as the Thoth. It's just that I was a little bit confused because I thought it was a Thoth deck, which is why I put it in this category, this playlist of comparing the Thoth. But it's an amalgamation of Rider-Waite-Smith and Thoth. So more Rider-Waite-Smith, I'd say, in the majors, and more Thoth in the minors. I love it. I mean, I'm not from America, I'm from the UK. I've never been to New York in my life, but I can still appreciate what's going on here. Should we pull a card? Let's pull a card. Beautiful. They're so beautiful. The quality. Wow. Sorry about the shadow. The light's going again. Anyways, this one wants to come out. So what have we got here? The Mage. Okay, this is the Magician. So if I put them side by side with their counterparts, and let's see. Strange, you know, if you took these two borders off, they'd probably would be a sort of equivalent. Oh, maybe not. I thought they might be about the same size as a Rider-Waite-Smith, but they're not. Going down in size there. So let's have a look at the Mage, as she calls it. So the symbols on the major arcana are all this one here. So if you wanted to know. Right, the major arcana begins in earnest with the Mage, a card of infinite potential and promise. The Mage represents will. The will to create, the will to succeed, and the will to make a change in your life for the better. In this, it is truly the universal first step. Interesting, they've got all the symbols the same as the Rider-Waite-Smith. So on his table, he's got the symbols for all the elements, and the minor arcana. Same here. Also, we've got the lemniscate. So he's bringing the ideas in from the ether and transforming them into a musical piece with the tools at his disposal. So his computer and keyboard. Maybe these candles here are the light of inspiration that are driving him. Such an interesting card. The Mage sees the world as it is and makes a choice to act. The magic he will wield has no form yet, only possibility. There is no arcane trick to what he does, and his arts are known to all of us as if we choose to use them. To create magic means no more than to affect the world around you, to create meaning where there was none. We create magic through our internal beliefs and through our connection with others. We create magic with our minds and with our hands. The Mage has gathered his materials before him, symbols of the four elements as represented by a cup, a sword, a disc and a wand. Thus, in a way, the Mage is also the first card of each of the four suits, as in him we see the combined spark of the four aces in a harmonious unity. And then she says, I credit my model, Isaac Everett, for the suggestion to depict my Mage as a musician. Isaac is a very talented professional composer himself, and I've been very lucky to collaborate with him on a number of projects. Music is a kind of magic I find personally utterly mystifying and miraculous. It is an amazing thing to see a series of arcane marks on a page, transformed by way of an instrument and a performer into an indescribable experience with the power to convey feelings in an abstract but universal form. It is interesting to note that as this is one of the earliest cards I completed for this set, the technology depicted, the CRT monitor and the CD, already appears out of date by the time I write these words. Yeah, technology goes forward rather fast, doesn't it? Okay, so that's my little first impression of this deck. And I've got to say, I love it. I absolutely love it. Wow. So, yeah, a combination of the Rider-Waite-Smith and the Thoth deck in a modern style. So yeah, if that's your thing, it's certainly appealing to me, then yeah, check it out. That's the Urban Tarot by Robin Scott. Okay. As always, thank you for watching, and hopefully see you in my next video. Okay, bye folks, bye.